My career journey did not really start in the United States. I didn't go to school to study theater or any film or any production. I was born, raised, and educated in Iloilo City in the Philippines. And I got my accounting degree from the University of Iloilo. I worked in Asia for about 5 years practicing as a private accountant. I wasn't licensed because after graduation I just had to find a job, for economic reasons. I also worked in Hong Kong for 2 years before I moved to the United States in 2002. Part of it is just trying to find myself what I really wanted to do with my life. Early 20s, accounting was not really my first love, but it was the only safer choice to take back then. And there was an offer to move to the East Coast in 2004, which is another mortgage job. So I took that, and I was in Jersey for a year in 2004. That was the first time I saw snow. And then, still not happy about the 9-to-5 job. I struggled because there was something inside me that's just, what is this? So I tested on working as a personal assistant to the wealthy of New York. And that's when I was exposed to high living, I call that. And I liked it because I owned my own hours. Wherever my bosses were, I had to be there, flying to the multiple homes and stuff like that. And mostly at night, I go to the theater. And that's how it started. I love the idea when I come in, lights out. I get entertained, I laugh, I cry. My thoughts are provoked, my emotions are evolved. So I didn't know that was the process that I had to go through to get where I am now. So I would say that I was like self-taught because I didn't have a mentor. Nobody just took me in and, hey, there's a stake for you here on Broadway that you could be this, you could be that. Of course, I was just a regular theater goer. And in the mid-2008, probably after having seen over 1,000 shows, I have to say I became jaded. And I had this mantra with me: if you want to bother me with 2 hours of my life, it better be worth it. So I put all the incoming productions in such a standard that it has to be worthy of my time, my money, because it's not easy. Every show is $100, and every year there's almost about 400 shows all over New York City. So it's a lot. And I crusaded for my friends, and they told me, why don't you put that in writing? Hence the birth of my blog. It's all about the theater. And at that time, blogs were just starting. And of course I just had it under my name, no pseudonym, not thinking of they'll find me or whatever. I was just being honest. I read some of them lately, and I would say I was merciless because, again, I had to put them in such a standard. I was trying to protect my readers of their time and money. Whatever I recommend, they'd go. If I don't recommend a show, then it's a no. And that's when I started getting invitations from Broadway to go to their opening nights, press releases, presentations, workshops, and I thought that was fun. Hey, look at me, I was just a regular theater goer, and here are the invitations pouring in because of my blog. And I enjoyed it, and I went, I graced these invitations, and then I met those people that I reviewed very poorly. And some of them really reminded me of what I wrote about them, about their craft, about their show. And that was really very cold water poured over me. And I wanted to be Harry Potter. Where's your cloak? I want to vanish right there. So, and that's when I progressed to producing, because I did not know that I was hurting some individual in the theater industry because of what I've written. I did not set out to be mean and to be damaging to someone's ego. Apparently some people have that, especially in the theater. So about 4 months later, I stopped writing. And my readers were like, where are your reviews? these shows have opened. Are we going to see it? And I would just say, just pick up the phone and call me. I'm not going to put it in writing. And that was that. And I struggled because I just wanted to be a part of it. I love this community. And I did not know about having a Filipino in the producing side, because I know there have been a lot of actors on stage, starting from Lea Salonga, and we're represented almost every year. I did not know that there was no Filipino producer on Broadway. I did not know that. And then somebody just invited me. I mean, if you really want to be a part of it, try producing. You already have the network, and it doesn't really take that much. You don't have to have your own money. It's about networking, and I tried. And the rest is history.